week. Chose kind of an old one, but it's like one that I've just been singing throughout the week. I don't know why. Just I was having this like Bible study with my dental school friends, and then they were just talking about like, why you guys keep laughing? They were talking about like how good God is, and like I was just trying to freestyle based off whatever they're saying, and God of Wonders just kept coming up. So I don't know, maybe it'll hit your guys' heart the same way. Steve, can we get that PowerPoint? Thank you. Lord of all creation, Lord of all creation, of water, earth, and sky. The heavens are your tabernacle. Glory to the Lord on high. God of wonders beyond our galaxy. You are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, holy, Lord of heaven and earth. Lord of heaven and earth. Early in the morning, it's early in the morning. It's how we celebrate the night. Then I stumble in the darkness. It's how we call your name by night. God of wonders beyond our galaxy. You are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, holy. God of wonders beyond our galaxy. You are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, holy. God of wonders beyond our galaxy. You are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy. Dear God, I just pray that you'll just be with our service today. I pray that you'll just use Ara and just speak through her, just whatever message she wants to share. Pray that you'll just open up these kids' hearts, just let them really let this message land upon their hearts and let them apply it in their daily lives. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
All right. Thank you, Joe, for that throwback song. I realized I haven't sang that song since 10 years. That was a nice throwback. Okay. Um, hello. I'll be talking to you guys today. But first, can I please see everyone's faces online? I do not want to be talking to black screens online. Faces, please. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Waiting for two more. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So, okay, so kind of like a recap, okay? So I wasn't here last week, so I don't know what I think it was Ben Teacher. I read his thing, but I don't know what he really talked about. So the last message that I remember was Pastor Levine's message on serving and loving. And my message today is kind of carrying off of that. Okay, so really quickly, who remembers what Pastor Levine's message was 2 weeks ago? Hint: it was when we were playing that game, and I won. Then not even close. Ken, let's see. Does anyone remember what Pastor Levine's message was that week? As we were playing the game, she did give a message, you guys. Jasmine? No? Okay. Unmute yourself and tell us. Justin. Justin or Alex?
Or I mean, he said it, but it was love.
Okay, but what about love? So what?
The 4 conditions? No, not
Yes.
conditions. Yeah, principles
Alright.
of love.
Alex, tell us. Don't tell Justin. Tell
No,
us.
The four like principles of love.
Repeat that one more time.
The 4 like principles of love. I forgot what they were.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, we did talk about that. What else? What else? What was Pastor Levine's messages all have been about so far? Unmute and someone just brave soul, speak it out. No? You guys. No one? Okay. All right. Well, Pastor Levine's messages have been mainly mostly about serving and loving. Remember, guys? Oh, yeah. No, no. So her messages have been on serving and loving. And that week when we played the game, her message then was about serving and loving with the heart. So when she was giving out that message, I completely agreed because like that's what's been on my heart for the past few weeks as the quarantine happened and COVID-19, the lockdown, like um I really and that's also like what I've been going through. So I kind of just want to talk to you guys about my experiences, what I've been going through for the past few weeks since the quarantine. So this is actually my first message since during the quarantine. So I kind of want to catch you guys up on like how my life has been so far these past few months. So thankfully I've still been going to work every single day, my usual hours, and work hasn't really changed except for the fact that it's just me and one other coworker that comes into the office. Our office is pretty big, so we're definitely social distance, and so I'm safe at the office. And the workload, it's been a little bit slow because I do work in the finance industry, but since the whole COVID-19, like the SBA loan, so I've been really busy with trying to like get like all the businesses SBA loans into that portal, into the California government. Like that's what I've been busy with, trying to just get everyone's like data and like entering it in. But workload wise, like it's been pretty slow. But thankfully, like I'm still going to the office every single day, no matter how much work we don't have. And then I think for me, like, so before the quarantine, I think if I kind of think back on my life and my daily schedule, how it was before, it was like every single day there was something, right? Because as IGM, like we do have a lot of things going on. And I think before the quarantine happened, like on Monday, we had our AU meetings. Tuesday, I think I had something, but I don't remember anymore. Oh, there was no Tuesday. Oh, there was no Tuesday. um, and then Wednesday, I had nothing then too. But sometimes it was just usually like one-to-ones that was happening on that day. And then Thursday, Bible study. Friday youth, Saturday E7AU, and Sunday church. So, I like before the quarantine happened, I was going to church like 3, 4 days a week, um, continuously busy and like a lot of things going on. But when the whole lockdown happened, I mean, obviously, all of that kind of came to a stop. With going to church kind of came to a stop. And then so my new schedule is go to the office, go to work, and then come straight back home, and that's it. Like that's been my new daily schedule every single day. And then unless like I have to like I unless I like pick up groceries for the house, then like maybe like stop by the market and then come back home like as fast as I can. Like that's been my new daily schedule. And um like during this quarantine, I realized how much of a blessing that has been for me, because like I like for me, like I mean, I'm a very it's super contradictory, it's super complicated, but like I'm a very lazy person by nature. Like I'm the type of person, like, I just like to stay lying down, watch Netflix all day, every day. I don't even need to eat. I don't even get up to eat, like to drink water. Like I can just literally just stay in my bed, watch Netflix, and then 조금 피곤하면 I take a nap, and then I get like I'm that kind of a person. I'm very lazy by nature. However, I love tasks. I love like schedule. Like if I so I love like having tasks, like having like to do things at a certain time, because I realize like when my body is busy, like the tasks, like I don't think. It keeps me busy up here so that I don't have to think like about what's going on or why am I doing certain things. Um, so I think my life before quarantine, I've been living a lot of my days where I was just super busy, but I wasn't thinking. Like I wasn't aware, like I wasn't doing it with God. I was just kind of like going with the flow of every single day. Like, okay, work, and then 7 o'clock AU meeting, 10 o'clock end, like go home, do journal, and then sleep. And I realized how like that was like my schedule before the quarantine. So when all of this happened, like I knew for me personally right away that it was such a blessing. Like I knew for me that this was such a right away that this was like an opportunity for me to come closer, like to actually like just be still and then build a relationship with God. If like, if I really use this time wisely, according to pastor's instructions. So I knew for me that this time, like I can, like definitely, it's kind of like God it's kind of like put a halt to everything, like to like all the busyness. But now it's now requiring me like to like really just kind of slowly like build a relationship with God. So this quarantine has been um very blessing for me. And it's been hard because it's been definitely hard too, because um I think one of the things that I miss the most is just going out to restaurants and to eat. Like as many of you guys know, food is like my thing. One of my idols is food. So like going out to restaurants and to like eat whatever I want, not being able to do that, it does actually really kill me on the inside. So so it's been hard in a lot of ways, but also at the same time, it's it's required me. It's allowed me to kind of just slow it down and to like to really think about God and try to build my relationship with God. So so that's how I've been since the quarantine started. Um, so there's been a lot of things happening, but I'm just gonna kind of talk about what's been happening the past few weeks. So we actually moved, me and a couple of you guys know that a couple of us E7 teachers, we live together. So me, Gina teacher, Julius teacher, and Andrew, right? And Andrew, and then also we have another member, Edwin. And so all of our house, we moved houses. It's literally in the same like community, but it's just like a street down. So we moved, and then we all lived together. And as if you guys know, like moving, it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of time. But we're also a household of 10 people. So imagine like how many boxes we had, all the furniture we had. Like it took a lot of work. And then we started moving starting on Thursday night, just like the clothes and like little stuff. And then Friday was like the actual kind of like moving the boxes. our household, we entirely did that. I think we did move around like house like around 100 boxes. And then Saturday came like the big furniture stuff. We hired the movers to move that. So Saturday was like the big stuff, and then the Sunday we had to go back. We went back to the old house and to make it like spot clean so that we can get our deposit back, which we did. Yay! But so it's been a process. This moving has been a process, and but even before the whole moving started, as I was kind of getting ready to, to move, I saw a lot of things about myself, and that's like, and basically I'm so good at like doing things. I'm so good at like helping people by with my body, by actions. But it's another thing to like really help people with the heart, like the wanting to help because I just want to help them. Like I realize like when I serve, like there's 9 out of 10 times it's purely for it's just for me. Like it's really hard. I realize it's really hard for me to like really serve and love others because I just really want to wish them well, and because I just want to love them. There's like my heart. One of the Bible verses that came up to me was Jeremiah 17:9-10. The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind to reward each person according to their conduct, according to what their deeds deserve. So I think this past few weeks, it kind of allowed me to kind of see what's into my heart. Like, am I really doing this because I want to serve my leader? Am I really doing this because I really love my house? Am I really doing this because like I just wish that person well? And I think and I realize a lot of the times it's not. I don't have that heart. It's always about like that feeling of self accomplishment. Kind of like what Dom said, like when he cleaned the room, he felt so good. Like, that feeling. Oh man, like I know that feeling. Like I live off of that feeling. Like I love like knowing that I did something, and then that makes me feel so good, like the self accomplishment feeling. And then for self recognition, like glory, and also like kind of like brownie points. Like if I do this, then that person will like maybe remember, and then like as those points stack up, then maybe I'll get like something like in return. Like my heart is just so full of trash, like so self-centered. And I think this past few weeks I've been kind of seeing more and more about that, and more of that coming into the light. So I think one incident was so we started to pack last Saturday. Well, it was a Saturday. And then me and Junani, we were starting to pack our room, clean our garage, and then also our leader, Hanani, and then our Halmani, and our two kiddos, they were working in the kitchen downstairs. I don't know if you guys know, but the kitchen, there's a lot of stuff. There's plates, utensils, cups, appliances, and a lot of trash, and also food to pack. There's a lot of stuff to pack. And then, so after I was done with like my own thing, I saw the kitchen and I knew what was going on. And I was like, oh, okay, so Harmony and my leader and the two kiddos are packing the kitchen. So instantly, right away, like there was something inside me that said, oh, like, you should go help. Like Harmony is even packing. Like you need to go help the kitchen. But then there was another part of me. That said, like, but you don't know the kitchen. You don't know anything about the kitchen. Like you'll just be like a problem. Like you'll just be a hindrance. Like you're just a distraction. And also we're social distancing. Like you're supposed to be social distancing from them. You work outside. You're not supposed to be close to them. So how can you help them without getting close to them? Like, so many like justifications, excuses. Like there were these two voices inside me. And then but so I had a choice to make. I can either listen to the first voice or the second voice. And ultimately I listened to the second voice because it did make sense. Like I was like, oh, I need to social distance. Like, oh yeah, I don't know how to like pack the kitchen. Like maybe like I can help pack the garage. I don't know, something that requires strength. I don't know, like maybe something later on, you know? And so I ultimately listened to a second voice, and then I didn't help with the kitchen. Um and then later that night we had a meeting, and then Hanani, something that my leader said to me really kind of caught my heart, because it's like when I serve or like when I help, like I'm always asking. The way I ask is like, can I, like, do you need anything, or do you need anything? Kind of like like but then like but this is just purely for me, guys, because it's my heart and I know what kind of motives I ask that with. Like when I ask like, do you need anything, it depends on that person's answer, like yes or no. That and then so that later on, if that person answers like, oh no, then I can be like, okay, so that person didn't. But you said no, so why are you like getting mad? You know, you said, yeah, you said no, so why are you like, so what? But so that's why I didn't help you. Kind of, it's like hard to explain, but kind of like trying to pin it on that person later on, depending on what that person's answer is. Like that's, I realize that's a lot of my attitude when I'm like trying to help. Like it's never like, oh, like I just really want to help. Like what should I do? You know, it's like, do you need anything? Or like, can I do anything? Is there anything for me to do? And then like, if that person says yes, then yes, I will help. If that person says no, then no. Like, you know, that person said no, you know? And then she mentioned like, and then she told us like, you know, that's not the attitude that we should have when we're like, when we want to help people. It's like like the attitude should be like, I am here to help. What should I do? You know? And I realized that attitude I've been missing this my whole entire life. It's always like when I like help people, it's always like, oh, so if you need help, I'll be there. If you don't need help, then you said no, so it's all cool, right? Like I realized my attitude is never like, I'm here to help, like no matter what, like what do you need, like. And then so that really kind of stuck in my heart. Like it was kind of like a checkpoint. I was like, oh yeah, because I never had that heart, you know. Like for the kitchen, like I don't know anything, so that allowed me to like kind of think like, oh, I don't need to help. And then but you know, but it doesn't really matter about what first of all, you shouldn't even be helping in just like your areas of expertise. It's like, if you're doing that, then it's not even like it's not even for like the desire of wanting to like help and serve others. More of like, I don't know, for me, for me, like I guess like only like, I guess, doing what you can only do. But there's so many things that I don't know how to do. So what, I'm not going to do any of those other things. I'm not going to help in any of those other areas. So when she said to us that night, that really caught my heart. And then I think from then on, I really tried to like change, like by like see, like be aware of that, and then like be really like change my attitude. And then like whenever I try to like help and like serve and like love others, like I try to like keep that purpose with me. Like I like remind myself like I really want to help that person, you know. So I kind of my like, so Hanani's been asking me to go to but I'll be like, okay, Oni, like what do you need, like what do you need, you know. And then she would send me to Zion Market. Now Zion Market is like this, it's just every time I sit in that parking lot, I have to like get mentally ready, because I know like it drains everything out of me, like going grocery shopping at Zion Market, because I don't know anything. Like I really don't know anything about Korean supplies. The only thing I know is like kimchi and rice. That's it. And kaka and kwaja, you know. I know kwaja, you know, and ice cream. But like but my leader, she's been so patient with me. Like she knows how I am, so she sends me pictures. Like she sends me actual pictures of what these items are, what brand she wants, like, you know, so that it's easier for me to find it. But um but like, yeah, I've been so thankful, because like she knows how I am. And I'm like, I always freak out. There has never been a day where I don't freak out at Zion Market, and I'm like just standing there, like going, "What do I do?" But as I am going through all of these things at Zion Market and seeing random IGM members, at times, um, I just every time that happens, you guys, like I just tell God, like, God, like this humbles me so much. Like I don't know what Puchu is. Like I don't know what, like I don't know so many things. Like I don't know what kind of kanjang or tenjang or gochujang to buy. Like, but God, like you're so good to me. Like this is such, you're so good to me. You're so faithful to me, and you use this time to like show me more and more of myself. And God, I just want to go through this because I want to love you, and I want to also serve my leader and just be of help in any way that I can. And I think and that I think I've like when my attitude changed like that, like it became so much there was so much more joy in my heart because I knew that in my heart, like that I really tried to serve and love like in any way that I can, and not just in areas that I know that I'm good at. So that was one of the things that happened. And um so oh, sorry guys, I totally went off tangent this but hold on. All right. Oh, so the kitchen story. I wasn't supposed to talk about Zion anyways, but so the kitchen story. Um, so when I saw like how, oh, and also one thing was like when I help when I like help others, like for me, it's the results that count. It's not about the heart. Like um, and I realized like uh if I know that I'm gonna fail at something, if I know that like if there's a possibility of like this not turning out to be a success, then I don't even want to attempt at it. I don't even want to try to do this thing to even like help out. And then so for me, I realized like a lot of times where uh I'm like so scared to like help and serve others is because my pride can has the like my pride can take a hit by like me failing, and I'm so scared of like failing and not doing the right thing at all times. And I realized that really that's really a hindrance to my relationship with God and also relationship with others, because I was wondering why, like like when you give someone like for example presents, like when you give someone a present, like well actually let's take a vote. When someone gives when okay so for presents, who likes like cards, like like 감동적인 presents, like like Joe. You sure, Joe? Like who likes like cards, like with like like with their heart into it, like dear da 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 da, like who likes the 감동. But there's a 감동적인 present, but there's also a present where it's like the thing that you want, like that thing that you've always wanted. I don't know what it is. It could be iPhone. It could be like I don't know. Oh, pero if you don't understand, just let me know. I'll translate. But so there's a present where like it's with the heart, like it's like there's like a card or like 감동, like a oh sorry Ethan, I'm so sorry. Okay, um there's a there's a present where you can give with the heart, like something that moves people's hearts, like a lot of like thought into it. Actually Eric understands Korean, so you know. But stop. Okay, stop it. No more. Stop it. I get distracted. Stop it. So there's there's a gift where there's like a lot of thought into it, where you put your heart into it, such as like cards or like events or like little things. But there's also like presents where you give to people where like it's the thing, like it's like what that person always wanted, like and this. So who likes the thoughtful gift? Raise your hand. Okay. All right. Who likes the gift that you always wanted? Yes, John, thank you. I was like, dang, like, oh, don't. Okay. Well, I mean, both are not bad, okay? Both are not bad. But I realized for me, I don't really care about the heart. I don't really care about the thought that goes into it. If it's not if the end result is not something that I want, then the thought and the heart, it just goes into trash. Like, I don't care. Like, I care about the result. I care about what the final product is. And I saw that. I kind of saw that more about myself. So obviously, this kind of attitude comes into play with my relationship with God, because then I realized like that I don't really, then if I kind of think deeper into it, like I don't it's like, then what am I wanting from God? Like, what do I want with God? Do I really want a relationship? Do I really want his heart, or do I just want like what he can do for me? Like all the, like, we all know that God is a powerful God. He can literally do anything. He's the creator of the universe. He does anything and everything that he wants. So do I want what he can do for me, or do I really want him? I think it ultimately kind of led me to think about that. And then also with my relationship with others, like, do I really like want to like know that person? Like, do I like like have a relationship with that person, or do I just want whatever that person can give me? Like, you know so I like that, like if that person, like let's say for example, like Gina, like it is an example, like she was thinking that maybe like I like chocolates, and then so she was like trying to, like, she took the time to like go to Godiva, because I would want Godiva. She went to Godiva, and then like she picks out chocolates, and then to be like, oh, maybe Ara would really like this, and then she gave it to me. But then let's say that I didn't like the chocolates that she picked out. So is that kind of the like does so is that kind of the relationship that I'm having with others? Like it kind of made me think about what kind of relationship I am having with others, and I realized like, yeah, actually it comes down to that. It's I still have that like give and take relationship with others. Like, what can you do for me? Like I don't, and I realized, 진짜 like so how so like filthy my heart is, and like how I just so mean. Like, it's just like I'm just such a mean girl, and like I'm just such a mean girl, and like it's really painful. It was really painful and really hurt that like I'm like that, and then I was just like, as I was kind of reflecting on this, I was like, oh, I was really sorry to God that like I'm still at that place where like I only want what God can give me, but I don't really care to know who God is, and I don't care to want God for who he is, even though he has already given me the best present in my life, which is Jesus. So it kind of made me reflect back on that, and then so this has been on my mind, because I realized that I've been serving and loving without the heart, like dropping off stuff for people, to like I don't know, making like going market shopping, buying drinks. Like, it all started becoming work because it wasn't done with the right purpose, because it wasn't done with the heart, like, I want to love you, God. It was done with the heart where like, okay, it's done, next. So um Hannah actually told me this story a while ago, and she told me about how like our little Gracie, like, if you guys don't know who Gracie is a character. She is so cute. She's so cute, but she's like a ball of fire. Like, so this girl, so ever since the quarantine started, Hannah has been like cooking for all of us, delivering food to all of us, because we can't all be in the kitchen at the same time. So she's been like cleaning the kitchen, like cleaning after us, and then sanitizing everything. And then I think little Gracie, like seeing that, like she really wanted to help her mommy. Um, so what she did was, she was like, she just seeing all of this. She didn't even ask. Like, she was seeing all of this, and then she just like grabbed like bunch of like paper towels and like wet it into like big like wet balls of paper towel, and then she just started like wiping down all the tables and the kitchen countertop. And then, because she simply just wanted to like serve her mommy, like she just simply wanted to love, because she loved her mom so much, and she's just simply wanted to serve, like she just grabbed like bunches of paper towel, with wet it with water, and started cleaning. Now when Hannah Oni was telling me this, like, but okay, so that's the child's point of view. So my point of view, it's like, but that doesn't clean anything, that doesn't sanitize anything, that just leaves like big puddles of water everywhere, and that's like more work, right? So for me, it was like that the end result is not a perfect result. It creates more work, you know. And then, but when Hannah only was telling me this, because she's Gracie's mom, you know, she was saying like how like that real that it's not the result that mattered. It was her heart that she was so touched by, and because she loves Gracie and she saw Gracie's heart, like that's what she was like so blessed and so loved by. When I heard that story, like I think in my mind I was like, oh yeah, that's cute, you know, like yeah, that makes sense. But I think in my heart I don't understand that story, because to me all I can think about is the wet paper towels leaving a mess, like not actually cleaning the table, like, you know, like I was like, but it didn't do anything, but like that didn't really help, so you know. And I if I really think about it in my heart, I don't understand that story. And I realized, oh, like I because I don't understand that, like there's so many times I fall and fail is because I don't understand God's heart for me, like what he really wants from me. Like I think that he wants like perfection, like Bible writing done every day, journals done every day, praying an hour every day, you know, all these like things that like that's what I think that God wants from me. But then I think after hearing that story, it's like I realized I really don't know what God wants from me. Like I really don't know God's heart. Like I really have a totally wrong mindset, like a view of God in my mind, because clear, because I don't understand. And it also made me think about that, and like how much I really don't know what love is, what God's love is especially, and how much I don't know like how much he loves me and how much he wishes me well. It kind of made me kind of think about that. And as I was thinking about that, I was really sorry to God, because like I know all the things that he did for me. I know everything that, you know, in the Bible says, but I think the fact that it doesn't um hit deep in my heart and I don't understand it, that I think I was just so sorry to God for not understanding that. So this past like quarantine, it's been kind of like a struggle, like seeing all of the, it's always been there. It's always been there. It's always been something that I knew and I struggle with and I fall because of this. Um but I think during before like moving to Grassland, I had a moment where I reflected back on my life, like before I even came into Paper Bark. It's been like, I think it's been like 4 years since I came back to church now. And I had a chance to reflect on where I was before, the condition that I was in, what I was feeling, what I was going through. Um, and after I like really came into Paper Bark, like um, I had a chance to reflect back on my life, and I really see like how my life right now, it would not be possible without God. Like it just doesn't make sense, you know, like in the world, like everything's so legalistic, everything's so like give and take. There's no mercy, there's no grace. Like it's either this or that, you know. And um but you know what we're trying to do in our community is like not that. It's just to love one another, like love how God has loved us, love how give to like do to another how God has done to us, like giving us mercy and grace every single day, forgiving and loving, and you know, and also like speaking the truth, not like what the others want to hear or what I want to hear. Like um this this life that I'm living is so different from the life that I was living previously before. And I had a chance to just really think about that and remember that, and how much my life has changed, I guess the way I've changed too. I don't want to say a lot because I think there's just so much to go, but um, definitely like I came to a conclusion that I am a child of God, because it is God who brought me back. It is God who brought me back even after I left. I was the one that didn't want him. Even after all the things that I've done to him, like, you know, for things to happen at such timing like that, like it's like I don't believe in coincidences, so I never believe in coincidences. So like it has to be God. And like I think the whole move to Grassland has allowed me to really reflect back on my life and see where I was before and where I'm now, and it's like a heaven and a hell difference. So as I remember that, I realized, okay, so I was like, I like this is working. Like, I mean, me falling and failing and me falling and failing, living each day, trying to do whatever I can, even though it may not be the right thing, like trying to do whatever I can to like know God, to draw closer to God, to serve and love others. Like, even if it's not perfect, like even just me even wanting to, I guess, like wake up each day and be like, okay, God, like I want to like draw closer to you. I want to like, do this and that. And then even though I may have totally failed at the end of the day, even like me wanting to do that, I guess in a way that's also like a total, like that's a success, because in God's eyes, I think that's all he really wants, for me to keep on reaching out to him, for me to keep on wanting to like come closer to him no matter what, instead of being like, okay, I've done enough, like I'm not gonna do this anymore, and like giving up. I think that's what God would want for me, and not the perfection of like doing things right every single day, saying the right things, doing the right things. I think it's not about that. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely strive. I realized I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. Like there's things um where if I do something, if it's not perfect, or in my mind perfect, like other people may see it and be like, oh, that's a total mess, but in my mind, if it like perfection, if it's not perfect, then I get really anxious. I get anxious, and then I get very like sucked in, and it's like I'm gonna make this the best thing like ever, like totally not for God, all for me. So when I realize like um it's not about that. Ultimately, it's not about that. It's about the heart. It's about, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if I don't pray and if I don't read the Bible or do journal, sometimes like when every day, like I feel guilty, and then I feel like I failed. So that kind of stops me from like going to God, because I feel guilty and I just want to hide and run away. But I think what I wanted to tell you guys is that it's not about the results. Like, we're humans, we're all sinners, and we're all people. We're gonna fail. And what I've been noticing is that I fail every single day. Like, and, there's never gonna be a day where we're gonna be perfect. However, whatever we see as a failure and a success, that's not how God sees it. If we see something as a failure, God can totally see that as a success. God can totally see that as something good. Also, if we're like, oh, that's good, then God be like, no, that's not good. So God's view and our view are two totally different things. And I just wanted to, I guess, encourage everyone today that it's the process. It's about the process. It's about the heart of you guys even wanting to like draw closer to God. It's the heart that you guys wanting to even try. And I just want to remind everyone that I know you guys are also busy with like the Bible devotionals that you write, and maybe you guys are also trying to serve and love. I just wanted to remind everyone that as you guys do these things, and we live each day, to make sure that we have that purpose, to start with the purpose that like I'm doing this because I just want to know you, God, and I just want to love you, God. And in the midst of it, if you guys catch yourselves like being like, if you guys catch yourselves being like, oh, this is kind of like it's becoming all about me, like you guys, we have the mercy and grace. Like God gives us the mercy and grace to turn around, like to stop right there and be like, okay, God, this was I was making this all about me. Now I'm just gonna like I just want to stop and like focus back on you. Like I think it's that process that really takes us to God, and that's honestly I think what God really wants from us. So this was the Bible verse that Pastor Levine said 2 weeks ago, but for me, it was, if I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship, that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. 1 Corinthians 13:3. So um as you guys are like going through each day, living each day, doing whatever you guys are doing, I just wanted to remind you guys to check your hearts and see what kind of a heart and a purpose you guys have as you guys are doing these things, and that it's okay to fail, that it's okay to fall, because you always can go back to God, and that God doesn't look at the results, but God only looks at the heart. I think that's something that I'm also really trying to understand these days and learn these days, um, and that I can finally take rest in that, because I don't have to be perfect. I strived to be perfect when I lived in the world, but I realized that it's not possible. But I don't have to be perfect in God's kingdom, because God already says that I'm good. God already says that I'm his child, and that alone itself is perfect, I think. Yeah, probably. So yeah, for discussion, I just want you guys to um uh just go over about, I know we kind of went over the best things, that happened in our weeks, but with your teachers, just try to like build relationship, talk about like what's been really going on in your lives. I mean, what are some of the things that brought you down, maybe like some of the things that where you guys kind of struggled in a little bit, in areas that you struggled in, or if there were other more good things that happened in your week, share your with each other one of that. And um also I do, so this is what I do as my girls, but like so basically the topic was serving and loving with the heart, right? So I want you guys to this week, because I know each of you guys have a lot of people in your houses to serve. Like there is at least one person, right? Mom and dad, like siblings. So I want you guys to this week to serve and love the people in your house um in whatever ways that you can. And don't think about like how to do it right or perfect, but just I want you guys to do it first, asking God what you can do, and I am pretty sure that God will give you the Holy Spirit will give you the conviction to do something. So I want you guys to serve and love the people in your house, or your friends, I don't know, serve and love anyone, but with the heart of like just wanting to, I want to love you, God.
Okay, thank you everyone. Maybe we'll check up on Friday or next Sunday how you guys served and loved people around you. Have a great discussion. Heads up, we might actually try to meet in person in the coming weeks, social distanced. Maybe in the parking lot, we'll set up canopies and put up chairs, so we're at a safe distance. By no means are you pressured to do that. If you don't feel comfortable coming out, that is totally fine. You can, we'll work it out. You can join us on Zoom. And if you do feel like that's not something you should do yet, just like message me and we'll make the accommodations for that. And I do want to know where you guys are at with that too. So have a great discussion, and then we'll see each other at least on Friday. Okay? Oh, tonight, Dom, it's at 7 o'clock if you want to join us. Okay, 7 p.m. It was really cool because, I saw Dominic and Ethan like hang out at the parking lot and talk afterwards. So hope you guys had a good time with that. Okay, see some of you guys at 7 or on Friday at Zoom. Bye.